Hey everyone, this is kateschwanke and I have a how-to video for you today. Today I'm going to show you guys how to wash Líllébaby carriers, and this goes for all soft structured carriers that are machine washable. So if you didn't know, Líllébaby carriers are machine washable, and that goes for the all seasons complete like I have here. It also goes for the original completes, the airflows, and everything in between. So whether your baby has a blowout or they spit up on you, or you just had a really sweaty day, washing these will get rid of all the yucky stuff. So here's what you're gonna need. You're going to need 2 to 3 lingerie bags. You need 1 large one for the carrier, and you need at least 1 or 2 smaller ones for the accessories. You're also going to need a free and clear detergent. I recommend using the 7th generation free and clear natural laundry detergent, which you can buy at Target. This detergent is fragrance, dye, and artificial brighteners free, so it is a great choice. And I will add a link below where you can find similar detergents. You can also pre-treat stains with this detergent. Just put a little bit onto your carrier, rub it with a toothbrush, and then you can wash it. You're also going to want a bottle of OxiClean laundry stain remover, and it's perfect for pre-treating those tough, dried-on stains before you wash your carrier. You're also going to need 1 good bristled toothbrush and a hand towel. Do not use detergents with bleach, perfumes, dyes, chlorine, or optical brighteners, aka OxiClean. As much as I love this stuff for my jujube, it is not a good idea to use this on your baby carriers. And I think one of the reasons Líllébaby says not to do that is because this type of item goes directly against your baby's skin, and you don't want to put anything that's going to irritate their skin. So your first step is to buckle all the buckles on your carrier, and I'm going to start with the chest clip here. And then you also have 2 buckles down here, 1 on each side, and I always keep those buckled. It's just how I wear my carriers. So those are already done, and then the last one is my support belt. And you'll notice I don't have my lumbar support on here, and that's because I'm going to wash it separately in a separate little lingerie bag. Step 2 is to undo all of the elastic banded straps on your carrier. You want to do this so that they get washed properly and that they can air dry properly when you're all done washing your carrier. So just undo all those. I know there's a lot of straps and it can be a little bit of a pain, but you definitely want to do this if you want your straps clean. And the last one. There you go. And step 3 is to pre-treat any spots that you may have with the OxiClean stain remover spray that I'm going to show you. So here's a particular spot on my carrier that got a little bit of spit up on it, and I'm going to go ahead and spray that real quick with my OxiClean spray. I tested this on one of my other carriers, and it was also a teal carrier, and it worked great. It didn't mess up the coloring or anything like that, and you can always wash it out in the laundry with your gentle detergent, so don't worry about that. And you're just going to let that sit for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to come back and scrub it with the toothbrush. I'm going to take my toothbrush, which I just got wet in the sink a little bit ago, and I'm going to start scrubbing a little bit, just gently. You don't want to do it very hard on this type of thing. You want to pre-treat any spots before you do wash your carrier, since you'll be using a gentle detergent. You want to make sure you can get all those stains out. So there you go. That's how you pre-treat a spot on your carrier. I forgot to mention this, but you also want to unzip all of your zippers on your carrier. Some of your carriers won't have them probably, but a lot do, especially these ones. The All Seasons Completes have a lot of zippers. So you're going to want to unzip all the zippers to make sure that your carrier can get as clean as possible. So there you go. That's pretty much all there is to do. So step 4 is to place your carrier inside of one of the lingerie bags I just talked about. And here's my large one. It's a really good size. I can fit a whole jujube BFF in here and most of the other size jujube diaper bags. And this is also perfect for carriers because they're good size. Now, I've seen it suggested to use a pillowcase, but in my opinion, that doesn't get things nearly clean enough. You'll want to use a wide mesh bag like this because it protects your carrier, but it also allows for more soap and water to reach the carrier. If you'd like to order any of these bags, click the link below. I use them for my jujube too. So let's go ahead and put it inside. These are amazing bags though. I highly, highly suggest them. And it does come in a pack of about 5. So you get I think you get 2 large ones and 3 smaller ones, which is great because I do a lot of washing things. So there you go. Fit my entire carrier. So I have a little bit of an old school washing machine here, but I'm going to show you how to prepare your washing machine to wash your carrier. So the first thing you're going to do is set your water level, and I would not say this is an extra large load. It's definitely more of a smaller medium. So I'm going to go ahead and set it at a medium load. The next thing you're going to do is set your temperature for your water, and that always needs to be on tap cold or just cold. You never want to wash your carrier in warm or hot water. The next thing that I like to do, this is not a necessary step, but I prefer to always do a second rinse on my items just to make sure all the extra soap gets out of the carrier or my bags that I'm washing. So I suggest doing a second rinse. The next step is to set what kind of load you are doing, and I always suggest doing a delicate load for carriers and diaper bags. And for this one, I'm just going to do a regular load. So let's get started. So now that my machine's all filled up, I'm going to start putting things in. Here's the lumbar support and the hood. And here's my carrier. Pretty much it. All I have to do is close the lid. So my washer just stopped, and you want to try and remove these as soon as possible so you don't get any crazy wrinkles. So here's my lumbar support. Just put that there for now. There's the hood. One more, the carrier, which looks great. There we go. I have a little basket up there that I keep throwing things into if you're wondering where my bags are going. So this is what it looks like. You're going to want to leave everything unzipped and buckled and things like that. You just want to make sure that everything stays nice and dry and that you don't have anything that's keeping moisture in. If you left this up, it wouldn't dry as easily. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to hang dry these. You want to make sure that you never ever put these in the dryer. That's a big no-no, so don't do that. Make sure you hang it up to dry for at least 24 hours. If you live in a more humid climate, it might be up to 48 hours. So just keep that in mind, and I'll show you guys where I like to hang things up. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. What I did is I have an ironing board hook here. This is a great place to put your carriers and your diaper bags and things like that. So you can just loop it over here and let it dry like that, which is pretty awesome, right? But if you don't have that, you can always use a hanger, and I'll show you guys that real quick. And just hang it somewhere that it gets enough light and air. You don't want to put it in somewhere that's like too dark, because then it won't dry as fast. So there you go, that's pretty much it. And I do have that towel I was telling you about earlier. This is just so you can get all the extra moisture out of the straps, because they are cotton and full of that fluffy stuff that makes them so nice and squishy. They can kind of hold water. So if you want to use a towel to just kind of squeeze the rest out, that's a really good idea. Just helps it dry a little faster. And then I have my accessories here too, so you can let those dry. Go ahead and loop that through it there. There's my lumbar support, and here's my hood. So that's it. If this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe while you're here. And I would love if you guys would shop Líllébaby with me. Those are the best carriers in the world. I love them so much, and I'll leave the link below for that. Thanks for watching.